This is from CNN, and Edwin shares this, and you noticed in the title this morning, where I kind of sum up some of what we're talking about in the title, I said, did CNN accidentally tell the truth about Iran? So it looks like they kind of did. We're gonna go through this, and this is a prime example of how the corporate media will discuss issues of war and peace, and it's very deliberate. All right, so check this out. So CNN, here's the article. Here's the headline: U.S. forces on high alert for possible Iranian drone attacks, and intelligence shows Iran moving military equipment. All right, so U.S. forces and air defense missile batteries across the Middle East were placed on high alert on Monday to possibly shoot down Iranian drones as intelligence mounted about a threat of an imminent attack against U.S. targets. Yeah, because we went and illegally assassinated, we being the United States, went and illegally assassinated one of their generals, General Soleimani, and they said, we're going to retaliate here. So now the U.S. is provoking a world war and a war with Iran, which, by the way, was all according to plan. The new American century and the neocons, they wanted to invade pretty much every country in the Middle East, starting with Iraq, going to Libya, Syria, Afghanistan, of course. And Iran was on that list too. You can find the clip of General Wesley Clark talking about that in 2007. This is all part of a strategic plan. What is the plan for? At the behest of weapons manufacturers, the economy of war, and oil companies. That's what it's all about. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is all out in the public. This is public knowledge. All right. So here's what's interesting. This is the paragraph that's interesting. The alert reflects the heightened tensions between the U.S. and Iran in the wake of last week's U.S. drone strike that killed a top Iranian general, Qasem Soleimani. This should read as the illegal assassination of a top Iranian general, Qasem Soleimani. U.S. officials have claimed that the strike against the general was carried out to prevent an imminent attack in the region that would have put Americans' lives at risk. Here's the great part. By the way, don't you just love that? Hey, we had to illegally assassinate somebody and provoke a country to prevent war. That's Orwellian. That's completely Orwellian with how backwards that is. But here we go. But have so far, so wait, let me read that sentence again. U.S. officials have claimed the strike against the general was carried out to prevent an imminent attack in the region that would have put Americans' lives in risk, but have so far declined to provide details about the intelligence. This should be the headline. Hey, we said we were preventing some kind of attack. What kind of attack? No one knows. Let's just take their word for it. The intelligence agencies, they've never lied to us before. We can just trust them. Let's take their word for it. What are the details? Who was going to attack us? When? What was this guy trying to carry out that was a threat to the United States? Oh, we don't know. We don't know. But that's why we assassinated the guy. You assassinated the guy because he was a threat to the United States directly. Yes. How was he? Oh, we don't know. We have no details about that. Even CNN admits this. CNN, which, by the way, corporate media, pro-war, inherently pro-war. The corporate media is pro-war. Why? Because they're funded by the people who profit from war. They're funded by the oil and gas companies. They're funded by places like Halliburton. They're funded by all the institutions that profit from war. Up until recently, MSNBC was owned by General Electric, who makes bombs. Now they're owned by Comcast, so they're much better now. They're owned by Comcast. Now they're great. Now they just, they're still pro-war because they have all the same advertisers, but they won't, they're not funded by people who make bombs. They're just funded by, an inherently corrupt big cable company. So now they just have Rhodes Scholars that pretend to not understand net neutrality. That's what they have now. So there you go. CNN admits it. We assassinated a guy. He was a direct threat to us. How? Well, we don't know. But we can trust our intelligence agencies. They've never lied to us before. Remember those weapons of mass destruction Iraq had? Okay. So thank you for sharing that, Edwin. Thank you very much for sharing that.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? news on today.